Hi guys, welcome back to God Moments with Tomi. I know it has been a long time. Don't crucify me. Life has been lifing, and honestly, if I'm being very honest, I feel like sometimes I go back to my videos and they encourage me, and I'm like, who am I starving of this encouragement? Like, God Moments with Tomi is a platform to reveal the pockets in time where God really shows up for me, the low and the high moments. And it is not a platform to glamorize my life, but it's a platform to encourage people to take notice of their own life and be conscious in the moments, in those pockets in time where God is so present, even when we don't expect it. So yes, so this season is going to be, initially it was going to be called Journey to the GA Awards. The GA Awards was my fashion school graduation, but I don't know, whatever it ends up becoming is what it became. So this first episode is going to be about how I even got into fashion school. Why did I go to fashion school? How did I end up there? What made me pivot from engineering to fashion? It was good, my friend. It was good. I feel like I've gotten way past the time where when I realized that, Tomi, you are leaving engineering to fashion, and then I make jokes about it, that what am I doing to my life? I feel like I've gotten past that because I'm following the leading of God. This is the center of God's will for my life, and I'm happy to be here. And yes, that's just it. How did I get here? After Covenant University, and going through TTG, which is a course, a 2-week long course where you are taught about life and how to live a God-led life in marriage, in career, in everything, and how to live a God-centered life where you are in the center of God's will for your life. And that inspired me to know what my purpose was. Like, God, what is your will for my life? Like, what do you want me to do with my own life? There is a general will for every believer, but what is allocated for me in your kingdom? I started that journey, I would say in September. I had the answer in December. And that was the first lesson I got in this season: patience. Because if you know that you want to follow God, you will wait. And one thing I've learned about waiting is that there are some things that instant answers from God will not reveal about your heart. It will not reveal about your heart. And in that waiting season, you will now know what really lies in your heart. And God cares more about the state of your heart than what you do with your career. That's the most important thing to him. The scripture says that what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? God, there is much more profit to God in your soul than what you gain in this world. First leading, I got my answer in December, like what's the purpose of my life and everything, and I knew I was supposed to be, told me like I was supposed to be in the fashion industry. Okay, there are many things in fashion. I always wanted to be a stylist because I absolutely enjoy making people look and feel good with what they wear. But what I did not want to do was sew. I did not want to sew because it just felt like so much stress. I had tried it before. I had gone to fashion school on my own volition, and it thing gave me great headache. Like, they would teach me and I would not remember what they taught me. They would teach me how to make a skirt, I have gone home. I can't remember how to replicate that skirt. So it was so hard for me, and I feel like it was so daunting when I engaged in something that, oh, I thought I really enjoyed, which was fashion, right? I went to learn how to sew my own volition. I thought I really enjoyed this thing, and it was a shocker when I realized that I'm not great at this thing, and this thing is hard. So I had already put it out of my mind that I can't sew. Why? Like it was too much. When the next leading that God gave me after the purpose, okay, so how what's the next step, God? Was now go to fashion school. I didn't sit well with me. I cried. I cried. I cried. Number one, because I love structure. I thrive in structure. I always wanted a 9 to 5. So it felt like God leading me to the fashion industries, throwing the structure and 9 to 5 in the drain. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. That's what I'm going to do. Those people don't have it easy. So it was just so much. And what hurt me the most in God sending me back there, it was like, I've done this thing before. I know how much of a toll it took on my mind. Like, this thing is, I felt like I can't do it because I've done it before and it wasn't giving. And so when God said, that's where I'm sending you to, I cried a lot. And then I asked God for confirmation, because God, I'm not doing this thing again. If I am going back there, then you must come with me. And it cannot have been what I went through before. And let me just tell you, it was not. It was better. But that's for another episode of how grace changed everything. When God initially told me I was going to go to fashion school and do stuff in fashion, and I asked God for confirmation, and confirmation took time too. It's like, before I even got the vision, like, okay, this is what you're going to do, it took 3 months. Okay, now that you've told me that this is my purpose, how do I actualize it? The vehicle of fashion. Okay, which one? Where in fashion? Go to fashion school, learn how to sew. That's like, so I want you to picture that it wasn't, oh, this is what you do, this, you wait. And that is part of seeking God. The Habakkuk 2, I don't know if it's exactly 2 verse 2, paraphrasing, that I will wait on the Lord. And no, I think 2 verse 2 is write the vision, make it plain. But before that, it was, I will wait and see what the Lord will say. You will wait upon the Lord. So I just wanted to make sure that was put in there, that before you answer, you take time. Before you tell you the direction, take time. It frustrated me, I'm not going to lie, but it's God that created me. I can't give myself what God did not give me. Do not I that live, but Christ that lives in me. Let your will be done. So another step further in seeking the Lord, which fashion school should I go to? I don't know why this laptop is breathing heavily and making noise, but which fashion school should I go to? And I researched, and I didn't feel any connection. I didn't feel any leading that this is the one. So I researched for like 2 weeks. I didn't find a fashion school that I was to go to. And I had forgotten it, to be honest. Like, I was praying and stuff, but I left it. God said, go back and research. This is after 2 weeks of searching on and off. I went back after 2 weeks and I was checking, how I do complete research. And I go to YouTube and I look for a person's perspective. So I check influencers. It's true. I check influencers because I want to see someone go through it, and I want to hear an authentic opinion on their experience. So I now saw G-Mind's Fashion Academy, and I was like, interesting. I googled it. I was like, how didn't this come up before? Because they had a whole website, they had so much, and it clicked, and I knew that this was the school I was supposed to go to. I think we're good with the first episode. What do you think? I told you how God led me to fashion with prayer and fasting and waiting upon the Lord and getting confirmation and seeking the Lord for what fashion school to go to. And yeah, I picked the fashion school. Sorry, I forgot to say something. How do I communicate with my parents that spent 5 years paying for chemical engineering in Covenant University that mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe fashion? Yeah, in the next episode we're going to be talking about how grace changed everything in my fashion school. And I don't know if I want to give spoilers, but I did end up being nominated as the best graduating student. But yeah, stick around and let's talk more about how God helped me in this season of my life. Bye guys.